telling this story. I karate chop a drink out of this guy's hand. I mean,
out of his hand.
Out of his, the beer goes everywhere. I mean, it is everywhere. And as I'm trying to explain,
how often do you do this? I'd say probably once a week.
I don't know. I have no idea. It's a lot. And then so as
I don't know.
As I'm apologizing to him about knocking over his drink, I knock over his wife's drink. So in the matter of 10 seconds, I ruined this poor couple's drinks. 10 seconds. So I want to call myself out for ruining your drinks.
But because of you, bar sales were up.
Yeah.
Kevin, Virginia, and Jason are live on 97.9 WRMF and the KVJ Show app.
It's time to wake up and let the weirdness begin. It's the KVJ Show to start your morning. Kevin is the host, and his skin pigment is whiter than Casper the Ghost. Virginia sounds like this. Nickname Vicious Beast, so don't get her pissed. It's Jason, talks like a spaz, and he loves to talk about Bigfoot and stats. So get ready, here we go. You're listening to 97.9 with the KVJ Show.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Tuesday KVJ Show. What's going on here today? Hello.
Hello.
Yes. Welcome. Did you guys do anything exciting last night?
So exciting. I went to Whole Foods.
Oh, you did, huh? Okay. That is exciting.
Well, you know, I'm trying to eat better, do better, and everybody in my family loves pasta.
Okay.
So I said this to the nutritionist. I said, Panda loves pasta, Rocco loves pasta, Mags loves pasta. So she said, okay, I need you to go try this quinoa pasta and this chickpea pasta.
Okay.
Now, they have it at other stores, but the one at Whole Foods has less fillers and other crappy ingredients.
Okay.
So you go to Whole Foods, you get the quinoa pasta or the chickpea pasta. Mm-hmm. We tried them both last night. It's a little experiment, and they were not bad.
Okay.
I've had the whole wheat pasta. That tastes like cardboard.
Okay.
Not down with that. But the quinoa pasta and the chickpea pasta from Whole Foods that we had last night, both were delicious. And everybody in the family, even Rocco, the picky one, liked them.
So that is your secret
That is
family
my little
food tip of the day.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you're trying to get all the regular white bleached flour and pasta out of your family's diet,
Okay.
try the quinoa pasta.
Quinoa pasta.
Try the chickpea pasta.
Jaybird, you going to be trying the quinoa pasta?
I will make sure to put that on my not-to-do list.
Yeah. Just don't see that happening for you.
No, I had a sad food moment last night. I ordered a pizza, and I was out on my patio, and I left it out on my table real quick, and as I'm walking it back, I spilled the whole thing on my patio before I ate it, and the cheese and sauce was so hot, it melted, and it was kind of just... It really wasn't anything you could do about it, so I just went to bed.
Aww.
I didn't even eat it. It was just kind of gross.
Yeah.
And I always thought if a pizza fell, I'd be able to eat it. If you do too much sauce like I do, it just kind of all falls off the pie when it's still hot.
Yeah, it just slid right off.
You win some,
You don't
lose.
want no sidewalk cheese?
No, and my sidewalk's really gross right now, so I don't want to deal with that.
I gotcha. Well, that's just, we have one successful food story and one not so successful food
Such is
story.
life, baby.
That's it. There's ups and downs.
Hey, it's good for your waistline.
You're right. I went to bed a little bit hungry. I'm like, all right, maybe we'll start the diet.
It's a Jaybird diet plan.
Maybe it's the universe.
You're being clumsy.
You can order the fattiest foods you want. Just have Jaybird serve them to you. You'll wind up not getting to them. That's all good. Well, whatever you got going on here today, we're glad you're with us. It is the KVJ Show.
Looking for what's going on in South Florida? Sign up for our KVJ e-blast and stay connected.
What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? What's on your mind? Are you thinking about? What are you thinking about?
What are you thinking about today, Jaybird?
So we were doing our podcast last night, doing some more test runs.
Yeah.
I want to see when you guys are going to come over and we can break this thing in together.
Okay. When do you normally do it? Do you have a set time every single week?
So it's all set up to go live at any point. And I just say, you guys come over and we just fire that baby up.
Sweet.
We had put something up last night and we're still working out the kinks on it a little bit. And only 33 minutes uploaded. It was supposed to be 247, so we had to take it down. We're going to put it back up today. But yeah, I wanted to kind of get you guys I wanted to do a whole thing where you guys come over. I have some food, your favorite food. I want to do a big old party there.
I love it.
You guys in?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in. When we just tell me when.
It's more on your schedule because I am wide open and it's all fully operational. So it's really on y'all.
Well,
Okay.
we have to do our headshots too. Those have to be redone, so we could do it on the same day.
There's going to be a chance that you can have an interview with my dad, Randy Pennington.
Wow,
You guys can be in the same
stuff.
forum together.
Big stuff. Okay.
know.
That's fun.
It is fun, yeah. But if you were watching last night and there was some technical problems, we figured them out. We're working out the kinks right now.
All right. Yeah, maybe someday this week.
Yeah, or this weekend.
Okay.
I was thinking too, if we do like cocktails and karaoke or something like that, we could do a pregame at my place, get the people fired up, and then have people meet us. That'd be kind of fun.
Yeah.
Do a little podcast first.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love it.
And after.
Okay. And yeah, the after is the one you want to
That's
watch.
the one.
The after party.
What's on your mind today, Virginia?
Well, this is just a lesson that I've always known, but I guess I forgot last night. When the kids help you unload the groceries out of the car, you got to go check the car and make sure they got everything.
Oh, geez, yeah.
Oh, man. I woke up this morning, got in my car. I'm like, why does my car smell so delicious?
Oh, yeah. Lovely. It could have been the other way, though.
The children left a rotisserie chicken in the car overnight.
Oh, that sounds great.
Is a rotisserie chicken left in the car overnight still okay to eat the next day?
It's not. Chicken's the only thing I don't mess around with, and I mess around with it all. I will eat mayo if it's out 48 hours. I'll even drink milk if it's out for 24. And I got a pretty tough stomach. Chicken, I don't mess with because I got really sick doing that one time.
I'm so mad.
I know.
I love a rotisserie chicken.
Yeah, they're fantastic.
I hate wasting food, too.
All those potatoes you got me that had the crab juice in it or whatever.
Crawfish.
I left them in Denny's car, and we left them in there for 2 weeks, and it was gnarly.
Find out something you want to play with.
So
Yeah.
if you have the kids help you empty the car of groceries, just make sure you double check that they got everything.
I feel like if you left pizza in a car, you could absolutely eat that.
I think you're right. Pizza works. I don't think rotisserie chicken you can do.
Yeah, probably not. Probably not.
Beans and rice, I think you could eat still. I'm just trying to think of all the food you could still eat, leaving them out in your car in this Florida weather.
You're right. It was even chillier last night.
Anytime it's cooler out, I'm like, it'll be fine.
Yeah, you try to talk yourself into it. That was kind of cool last night, actually.
I brought the
Might work
rotisserie
out.
chicken up. You want some?
Nah, I'm good. We need to talk about that party you're throwing me. That food
Yes.
party.
You need to write the menu.
I want all your just your grilled cheese love.
That's it.
And okay, I'll fax you something.
Yeah, you don't fax me.
Or
Just
I'll text you
text
something.
me something.
Fax me?
Fax me.
Who's
something.
faxing? We have a fax machine around here?
You can make like 6 items, up to 6 items.
Okay, is that what I got? 6
Yeah.
items.
6 items.
Kevin, you want to be a part of this menu at all?
I'm good, actually. Yeah, I'm going the other way. I'm cutting out food. I'm not adding to it. Yeah, that's kind of me, man. Just leave me out of all food plans.
Hey, you want some rotisserie chicken? It might clean you out.
You know what? Maybe we can do that for the loser of today's headphone karaoke.
They have to eat the rotisserie chicken that
There you
sat
go.
out.
You're probably okay to eat the chicken. I think you're okay, but you're taking a chance.
It depends upon who you like. My wife, she got no. In fact, she does this thing where, like, when she wants food out of the fridge, she doesn't like food stocking up in the refrigerator. So she does this weird thing. She'll take the stuff out that she's like, okay, eat it or it's gone, and she'll put it like on the stove, like, okay, here it is. It's just sitting there. Like, eat it in like a couple hours or it's just gone. And it'll be chicken or whatever, and you're like, that's just her way of doing things. And she'll be like, it's fine. She'll eat anything. Like, she has got, it's amazing. She's got like a cast iron stomach. I've seen her eat stuff that I'm like, I would not even dream of doing that. And she will take it down. I never once seen her get any kind of food poisoning or anything.
Yeah,
It's stunning to me.
Denny's is stunned with the stuff I will eat. When we lived together, he couldn't believe the stuff that was left out that I would still eat and not get sick.
I know, yeah. My wife's kind of the same way. It blows my
It's
mind.
kind of like a power. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not complaining.
And I know I don't have that power. Like, I'm very feeble. Anything that's... Yeah, I
you
mean,
got a tender tummy.
I tender tummy. I mean, it's all I got to do. Like, all the time, I have just anything anymore like that's off one step to the right or to the left. It just throws me. Like I am.
My husband's the same way, but I'm like Kim. I can probably eat that rotisserie chicken, even
Yeah.
though it's been out, no problem. I made him grits over the weekend. They were too buttery. He pooped his brains
Oh,
out.
that
They
ain't
did,
cool.
okay.
Don't be shaming him. I mean, he gets on the microphone and she shames him.
Yeah,
He's got a tender tummy.
He does.
Some people do.
some people do.
Denny's, I'll shame Denny's now. He's got a real tender tummy. He might have more of a tender tummy than you.
Really?
Okay.
He
More
looks
than
at,
Kevin?
He looks at pizza and his belly starts to ache. Oh.
Yeah, no, I think he does. Yeah, I think he does have more of a tender tummy. My tummy's not. I mean, I'm probably normal. I would say that I'm, just kind of maybe a little bit more than sensitive than normal. I've stopped eating a lot of meats and stuff like that, and so I'm very like plant-based. People like we went to an Easter buffet, and people are like going, "What a waste! Like all you got was pretty much vegetables. What's wrong with you?" So yeah, if I
You got heckled at Easter.
I did, yeah, it was a lovely time. Yeah.
He has risen. You're a douche.
They're like, "Oh, the steak's delicious." I really don't eat red meat anymore.
Red meat, yeah, I'm with you, man. The last time I had a lot of red meat, I ate a big old steak, and one of my buddies was coming in town, and he was all drunk, and he came up and saw me. He's like, "What's up?" and kind of punched me in the stomach, and I was so full I threw up.
You threw up on your friend.
No, it's on myself.
Wow.
Yeah, I was drunk.
Where's the video of that?
Probably at Outback.
It's very odd because, when that all came together, you would think, okay, which one of these two is more likely to throw up in the next 30 seconds?
The drunk guy.
Yeah, you would think.
I usually have, I do, yeah, never mind. Maybe I don't have that good of a stomach, actually.
I saw something today that to me was, I think, kind of interesting, and it kind of spoke to me a little bit, and I think it probably would speak to a lot of people. Mental health is something that we talk a good bit about anymore, and I know for me, that's why I really put such a priority on sleep, because I noticed, I stayed up, watched a little Game of Thrones yesterday, and yesterday I just was not 100%. And so I'm always about trying to get as much sleep as you can. You have better mental health. You just go about your day and you attack your problems a lot easier. I found when I'm tired, worn out, haven't been eating right or whatever's going on, just the smallest problem seems like it's, oh my gosh, it's the end of the world.
It's like that moody brain fog where you can't figure out stuff as quickly or efficiently.
Yes.
You can't problem solve.
You
and
lose
you're
your edge.
angry.
You just feel,
Yeah. I get it. My kids, they know, oh, mommy didn't get a nap. Oh, she's going to be mean, mommy.
Yeah.
It gets worse, I think, as you get older, too.
And it might, yeah. So it's like I'm really anymore. Like I realize, hey, you got first step of your day, you got to take care of you, eat right, sleep right, those kind of things, and then let the other chips fall as they may. If you don't do that, you don't stand a chance, my friend. And so Jim Carrey, and he's been kind of an interesting case study. He does a lot of painting now and things like that. And I think that he's always had things where he's battled, some mental health issues here and there, and he's talked about them a little bit. And he reached out to Ariana Grande. Interesting bedfellows, but apparently they're buds.
Yeah, she quoted him and put up a Jim Carrey quote on her social media this past weekend. And I think it's really telling into what it must be like to be a Jim Carrey level celebrity who does wacky stuff.
Yeah, and so there was this, I don't know if it's a poem or just, kind of a thought thing. He tweeted at Ariana Grande about this guy, Jeff Foster, a brilliant teacher and friend on the deep rest concept. And what it was kind of interesting. The thing that he put out, this Jeff Foster, it was from depressed to deep rest. And it said, and this is what Jim Carrey had attached to the tweet to Ariana Grande. It said, the word depressed is spoken phonetically as deep rest. We can choose to view depression as a mental illness, but on a deeper level, as a profound and very misunderstood state of deep rest entered into when we are completely exhausted by the weight of the false self, the mind-made story of who we are. Depression is an unconscious loss of interest in the second hand, a longing to die to the false and free ourselves of the exhausting drama of personhood. Depression's call to spiritual transformation needs to be listened to and understood, not medicated, analyzed, or meditated away. There's no shame in depression. Basically what it is, it's an ancient invitation to rest. So sometimes that's where I think it is, the rest, and you just get overwhelmed with the world, that you got to unplug, sit back, rest up. It's almost like your body's saying, hey, look, because you just mentally can't handle some things when you are worn out and burnt out.
I also read him talking about that same thing going when you're resting from a character you don't want to be anymore, that the world sees you a certain way, and it's your inner self telling you, I don't want to be that character anymore, and I need to rest and rethink myself.
That makes sense when you think about your Jim Carreys and your Robin Williams that were so
Right.
big and over the top, and they've got to have time where they're just, okay, I want to sit in a room and do nothing and just relax.
They're not real people to other people.
Right. And I think whomever you are, it doesn't matter what it is you do. We obviously have our masks that we have to put on, but sometimes when you go out into public, and it might be with your own family, that you feel like you have to put on a face or a smile or a this or a that and not be necessarily your true self. And sometimes maintaining that at your job or with your family, it gets to be exhausting. And you're just like, that's why a lot of times you're like, I just want to be alone. I need to be with myself where I'm not being judged. I'm not being anything but who I am. And I got to reconnect with who I truly am, because sometimes you just feel like you're putting on that mask that you lose yourself.
We all need a little time on our own, a little room to go to.
Yeah.
Whether it's physical or if it's spiritual.
Yeah, I think it's good. I think everybody has their own level of struggles with their mental health. And it's important for all of us to remember you need to pull back, you need to rest, you need to reconnect with the true person who you are, or you'll wind up losing yourself in this world.
I think everyone suffers and struggles with depression on some level.
Absolutely,
I think there's different spectrums of it, but to walk on this planet and not to have depression or anxiety, it's not realistic. It's going to get you. You just got to know what to do with it.
And it's situational, too. A lot of times, it's stuff that's exterior forces pushing and pulling you that you can't control, but it will pass.
Yeah.
If you let your body rest and check yourself out of those moments.
Right.
You're right, because there are different types of depression.
Absolutely.
There's the kind of depression you get when someone breaks up with you. There's also the kind of depression when someone passes away. There's the kind of depression that you get when you get older. There's all types of forms of depression.
Yeah, I think everything you have to deal with, whether it be your job, your family, your kids, whatever it is, after a while you feel kind of like burnout. You don't have that fire to like go in there and really attack it and be at it. And that's why you have to make sure you take those times to pull away, to try to re-energize. You got to think of your mind and your body as like your smartphone, where the battery, when it runs down and gets down to those red levels, is not running efficiently and is going to burn out. You will do the same.
Don't be embarrassed to check out.
Yeah.
Take a mental health day.
We need a pancake party today.
You said that yesterday.
We didn't do it today.
Every day, a pancake party that never happens.
Because
you notice this ongoing theme, Virginia?
Yes.
as I'm waiting for someone.
I would say the suggestions for pancake parties are about 150. The executions at about 1.
Because I'm waiting for someone to do it with me. Denny's, Virginia, and Suits. And of course, Kevin turned me down yesterday.
I told you
Yeah.
I'd do eggs. You can do pancakes.
I'm just saying, let's do something fun. All this,
Food pushers.
all this
Yes.
depression talk. Let's carpe diem this thing.
No, I don't want to do pancakes because then I'll be fat. That'll be more depressed
Right.
because I can't fit in my pants. I got pancake
It's a
ass.
vicious circle.
No,
It is.
Yes.
I'll have eggs.
I don't know how you wake up in the morning, but they say if you wake up to music, it's going to be a lot better for you than if you wake up to an alarm. That was kind of interesting. What do you wake up to? What gets you going in the morning, Virginia? Do you have like an alarm or do you have like music going?
It's like a little alarm that plays music. It's like a little.
It's kind of like one of those tones that's
Yeah,
there.
and then it gets louder if you don't like address it.
Yeah.
But it starts very peaceful. Like
I've
little-
got, I do the peaceful tones, whatever that is.
Yeah.
It's almost kind of like a harp.
Yeah,
Kind of like thing. That's what I do. And that's good for me. But
me too.
they say the best thing for you to do, your music is going to wake you up better. And I guess it depends because everybody wakes up differently. But they say if you wake up to music instead of an alarm, it'll get you out of bed faster.
I've tried that before, and then I just start incorporating the music into my dream.
Oh, really? So you
Yeah.
sleep right through the music.
I just start to like it, and then it's in my dream. Then I'm just jamming out in my dream.
And then it just turns into a rave.
No, I need a specific alarm.
Yeah, I think everybody is different. Like everybody wakes up differently. Some people are light sleepers. Some people are heavy sleepers. And nothing will wake them up. Like my son has to have, I think he does that stuff. Like he's got one of those, like shakes the bed kind of thing.
Yeah, some people are just hard sleepers.
Which that's crazy to me. He can sleep through anything. All the chaos in the house and he's just out.
Oh,
cold.
I wake up so quick. If you go like this, I'm like, what happened? I'm
Yeah.
such a light sleeper.
Oh,
man.
I know. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, I told you the queen. She's sleeping in another room now because like anything, she's like, I don't know what it is. She can't sleep anymore.
Wow.
Wakes up for anything. So it's like nuts. They say the music is better to get you out of bed because it'll help you feel less sluggish and more alert, because apparently what it does is the melodies do a better job than an alarm of holding your attention, which helps get your brain going. They say the alarm, if you have like the gentle harps like I do, to me, I guess they say that's more passive. Your brain doesn't really recognize it. If you have a song, especially something that's kind of like upbeat and peppy.
I heard on one of those TED Talks, when you wake up and you want to hit that snooze button, the first thing you need to do immediately is jump out of your bed, jump out of there and just get up. And you have to force yourself to do it, and then you get out of the habit of wanting to sleep in and hit the snooze. But you got to grind it out. It's got to be miserable for the first week.
Sometimes I like hitting the snooze, though. I just like it. I hit it, and then I'm like, I got 9 more minutes. And I go back to my little dream, and then I see when it goes off again. I'm like, all right, now I got to get up. Like,
Yeah.
I know they say don't do that, but I like it.
Some people do. I think they feel like it's kind of like the first level of, because you're not fully back asleep. You're just kind of like in an in-between state, and that's why they say don't do it, because you're not really sleeping. But for some people, yeah, that getting like springing right out of bed and be like, let's go attack the world, like it's just not realistic.
That's kind of how I wake up sometimes, though. And I think I don't get into that deep REM cycle or something, because I get up and then I'm just like, yeah, all right, where's the murderer at? Where's the murderer?
Yeah. Yeah, somebody's like, yeah, my alarm starts about an hour and a half before I actually get out of bed. Some people are like that. It's like, my son does it. He sets these alarms, and it's the annoying thing when he's back from college. He sets alarms, and it's like for 7 a.m. And I've had times where it's like we go run around, whatever, and we come back, it's 10 a.m. and the alarm is still going off.
How does he
And
sleep?
he sleeps through it.
I have no idea. But the tough thing about it, it's on his phone.
Huh.
And so you're in the house, and the alarm is going off through the entire house, and we can't turn it off because he's got a passcode on it. And so he's sleeping 3 hours through an alarm, and the first 3 hours of our morning is someone's alarm going off that we can't turn off. It's
annoying.
It's the worst thing ever. I'm like,
Why is he setting an alarm when he's home on vacation?
exactly. I'm
Dude.
like, come on, man.
Relax.
Yeah. You ruin it for everybody here. So that's what they say. They say do something like that. The music apparently engages your mind a little bit quicker. So go check it out that way. 877-979-WRMF, 877-979-9763. You can send us your text. Somebody says they wake up to heavy metal every single morning, and they hate heavy metal.
Yeah, I get it, though. You hate it. It's going to force you to get annoyed and mad. If you're a person that has a tough time getting up and moving.
Makes you get out of bed.
Yes.
Like
But
that
why would you want your first moments to be mad?
It's not. It's more jarring to make sure you are up. I totally get that.
If
text
it's a song
message.
you like, you actually might stay in bed. Be like, it's kind of a cool song. Then you fall back asleep. If it's something you can't stand, like that's a great idea. Jaybird, you need to play like some EDM or something like that if you had a hard time waking up.
I just don't, though.
It'd be
I
something
wish.
that you would get out of bed to do, though.
Last night I woke up at 12:15. I woke up at 1:20, and then I woke up at 2:10. Back to back to back hours.
Wow.
Yeah, I know,
Terrible.
man.
That's not good.
Terrible stuff. I guess everybody's different. You just got to find something that works for you. But they say music is the way to do it. Let's kind of turn into people just talking about who is the really annoying alarm clock offender in their house. We're talking a second ago about how they recommend you to wake up to music. It apparently engages your brain. It's better than just like regular alarm tones. But I was talking about my oldest son, Colin, who, when he comes home from school, he sets his alarm for like 7 a.m. and he has a passcode on his phone, and the alarm is going off, and 3 hours later, like, you're just, okay. Like,
That's that young college sleep. You're able to do that when you're younger, man.
right, yeah, we have to take his phone and put it, like, outside or something, because it's just like, I can't take this alarm anymore. I mean,
I'm
after
sure
30 minutes, you're, like, going crazy.
Your neighbors have to love that.
I'm sure, yeah. I mean, somebody's getting tortured. Better than neighbors, right? Somebody said, my husband sleeps through everything. I hate him. He has phone alarms starting at 5:30 a.m. He listens to you guys, but doesn't wake up till about 6:30, so for 1 hour. But at least if you're listening to a radio show, okay, it's not as bad as like a or something like that.
And we appreciate the tune in.
We do. Thank you. Somebody else texted and said, my husband sets 3 alarms, 15 minutes apart. He sent them so when they go off, their alarms going off every 3 to 9 minutes is the most obnoxious thing in the world because he has obnoxious tones for all of his alarms. And listen to somebody else says, I have an alarm that goes off every 5 minutes starting at 3 a.m. Wakes up everybody in the house. But it's what I got to do.
Starting at 3 a.m.
Yeah. That's crazy. Somebody said you can turn your son's phone off even if it's locked. I got to figure out how to do that because I do not know how.
Yeah, you throw it in the pool.
Right. That does do it.
But then you're the dad. You got to buy him a new phone.
I know, exactly,
that's
yeah.
counterproductive.
What am I going to do with this? Like, I'm losing my mind. How do we fix this? So, it's apparently a lot of people with some really annoying and obnoxious alarm habits are driving people crazy out there. Gotta say, happy birthday. Gigi Hadid is 24 today. John Cena, he's 42 today.
Virginia loves her some John Cena.
She does,
I don't
huh?
really. I can't see you. Yeah, I can see you. I don't get it.
I just like how you know his catchphrases because deep down you kind of like wrestling.
And I don't like jean shorts. I don't. It's not doing it for me.
Well, that's right. His catchphrase is, you can't see me. Is that what it is?
My favorite is when he battle raps people in the audience. Oh, I love that. There's the cringiest video. I'm going to make Virginia watch during commercial break.
And George Lopez turns 58 today. Also want to say happy birthday to Caden, turning 6 from Mama, Papa, little brother. And Carter, also known as Bam Bam.
Aw, Carter, baby.
Erica and Leilani. Also, happy birthday to Belinda, hitting the old 52 spot.
Linda.
And happy birthday to Bianca, most beautiful person God ever made. You're an angel of mommy, daddy, and Tiggy.
Bianca.
Okay. Got a birthday you want on the KVJ show, you can go on ahead and hit us up. Mail at kvjshow.com, mail at kvjshow.com. Well, apparently my comments on the TV show Game of Thrones yesterday got Jaybird some complaints.
Uh-oh. Did you spoil it?
Someone stopped me in the grocery store to bitch about Kevin.
Uh-oh.
Oh yeah, and it wasn't a short rant either.
They had a lot to say, huh?
Yeah, I got ice cream here. It's melting. I gotta go.
Apparently, Jaybird gets a lot of complaints about everybody else on the show. He's the one that people go to when they've got some problems with us. And there's even stuff about Virginia, too, that here getting a lot of complaints about Jaybird.
She's the worst offender.
Oh, she is.
She causes so much grief in my life.
Okay. What are people complaining about with the KVJ show? And if you want to let us know your complaints, you can spare Jaybird today and just let us know personally. What is your biggest complaint about each of us?
I'm going to kick it up.
Uh-huh. Virginia's just inspired.
Just start talking about Cam Newton and start trashing Cam Newton. People come up to me like I'm trashing him. I'm like, I don't know what's going on.
877-979-WRMF. 877-979-9763. You can call or text us here at the KVJ show. Apparently, Jaybird is the person to go vent to when you are upset with somebody on the KVJ show. He said every time he's out, he gets complaints about somebody else on the show.
You all don't get complaints about me? Come on. Surely.
No, all I get is people that want to hook it up.
No.
Yeah.
Ladies,
You're not as annoying as we are.
Of ladies.
No, I am so annoying. I get emails all the time about how annoying I am. Yeah, people come up. The one I get the most from, I don't get that much about you, Kev. I did get it from the Game of Thrones thing yesterday. Apparently,
What were the complaints?
She didn't agree with your commentary. She thought episode 2 was fantastic. She liked the build-up. She thought your commentary was so wrong and off. And she said you gave a spoiler out. And I didn't want to get into it because she kept on telling me about how mad she was.
Yeah. Yeah, it was, I saw it was kind of divided. And all I really was trying to say about the second episode was, you know, here you go. This is an action-packed show. And they did some character development I thought was good, but it was slower. It was just basically trying to say it wasn't an action-packed episode. And maybe that's what the spoiler is. But, you know, Game of Thrones, I said this yesterday, they do a better job of character development than the Star Wars franchise does, and that's what's missing.
Yeah, it wasn't jokey either. She was legit annoyed with
people are
Kevin.
very serious about this Game of Thrones. It's crazy.
And the other one I get is dudes will come up to me. Why is Virginia got always trash guys? Why is she always man bashing? I mean, why can't she just be cool? She's married to a guy. What's Panda think about this? And Cam Newton, people come up to me and start bitching and moaning about things you say about Cam Newton.
Look, it's not my fault that Cam Newton's a douchebag.
And the other one, people don't like you say a lot of things about short people, and then people start coming at me like, why does Virginia say things about short people? I don't know, man.
I know when I was gone, the one thing that
I don't
you
say
guys...
things about short people.
Look, people come up to me and say this stuff.
I got no problem with short girls.
All right. Well, yeah, you go after short guys.
The one I'd heard when I was out last and I came back, it was Virginia had some kind of rant about bald people.
Oh, Kevin.
I just think I've seen how my friend Kevin Ralston's life has been changed by this fake hair, and I think everybody should get it.
It's, again, not fake hair.
Well,
Yeah.
It's what is it? It's sewn in?
No.
And again, she's being she's a lot sweeter today than she was on the initial round.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
yeah.
believe me.
She
The
had a lot of
judgment,
sass in the initial.
gosh, so much sass.
Okay.
So much judgment.
So that's what she gets. Yeah, I would say if there's, and I really don't get like any complaints about that, Jay Brown. I don't think nobody really comes to me and vent. I do see all the emails, so I get that's where I get everything.
Yeah, I think people wouldn't vent to Kevin. They're gonna vent to me. They might vent to you too, but I think people are afraid of Kevin in person.
Yeah.
Well, he's so powerful.
Well, of course.
He's the father of dragons.
Yes, that's pretty much what it is. Well, if you've got anything, you can always let us know. We do take all the comments. In fact, what we a lot of times do is we take all your comments where you're very critical of whatever we're doing and whatever bothers you about us, and we actually turn it into a song, the KVJ Hate Song.
I love it.
Yeah. Okay, got another round here. Do we have that, Denny's?
I'm looking for it. This is why Denny's gets hate right here. This is why.
We're gonna.
It's been deleted from my folder.
It has been. I thought it had been deleted. That's why I'm like going. I don't see that song.
Oh, no. Do we have to do it a cappella with a beatbox? Hit it, bird.
Okay, never mind. It's not ready.
Send in the hate right now about how this bit's going nowhere.
Should we be mad at Denny's?
Oh, Denny's is scrambling.
When we do the hate song, should it just be all directed at Denny's?
The last time we did the hate song, you weren't here, and someone was ripping on Denny's about mumbling and stuttering, and as he's reading his hate comment, he mumbled and stuttered during it.
It was great.
Proving the hater right.
He got nervous and totally marbled it.
I totally understand it, man.
He sounded like
Well,
it
it's very
marbled.
suggestive. I mean, when you're reading it and somebody's
Right.
saying, because what you're telling yourself in your mind is when you're being criticized for something, don't do what I'm being criticized
Oh,
for.
yeah, and sometimes they hit it right on the head, man. You're like, damn.
He did. He mumbled.
He sold it really well, huh? Okay, so we'll get to that coming up. We also have got a special theme today. We're going to be doing some headphone karaoke. And earlier, we played the clip Ariana Grande at Coachella. Poor thing. She got hit with a lemon while she was performing.
Oh.
And apparently ended her song pretty much right there. So today, we're going to be performing Ariana Grande songs like we're at Coachella as we're getting hit with lemons.
I mean, only thing I know from Ariana Grande is, thank you, next. And that's about it.
Sing it.
Maybe that should be your song.
That should be your song.
No, that's fine. As long as I don't get that 7-ring song.
Oh, I'm taking that one.
Oh, of course you would.
I love that song.
New hair, don't care. Oh, yeah.
Maybe that should be my song. I don't know.
Yeah, you're right.
You like my hair? Gee, thanks. Just bought it.
Yeah.
Oh, the lyrics, it makes me so angry.
Such a great song.
Such a great song. Okay, so that is going to be coming up as well here on the KVJ Show.
You hate us, you hate us, you hate us. You hate the KVJ show.
That sucks. That sucks. That stinks.
You hate us, you hate us, you hate us. You hate the KVJ show.
If I had eyes like Kevin, I'd sue my parents. No wonder his wife won't sleep with him. If he looked any more inbred, he'd be a sandwich.
You hate us, you hate us, you hate us. You hate the KVJ show.
Calling Virginia an idiot would be a major insult to stupid people like Jason. She must have been dropped on her ugly-looking head as a child because you are so dense.
You hate us, you hate us, you hate us. You hate the KVJ show.
J Turd, I can't stand anything about you. You are a pizza burn on the roof of the world's mouth. You are a stuttering moron, and you make me wish I had more middle fingers.
You hate us, you hate us, you hate us. You hate the KVJ show.
Denny's has an odd sickly color look to his skin, which is not very attractive. Neither is his pot belly. I can see that since Denny's got married, he really threw in the towel on his looks.
You hate us. You hate the KVJ show.
Wow. Okay.
Real pick me up,
you
that
go.
one is.
I love pot bellies. I think you look good with it.
I wish I had more middle fingers. That's pretty good. And I love Virginia's because with Virginia's, somehow Jaybird still gets
A twofer, yeah. I
Yeah.
got double insulted.
Somehow you got called out for being stupid.
calling Virginia an idiot would be a major insult to stupid people like Jason.
So are they saying Virginia's more dumb? Or,
Yes.
Okay, good. Just making
They are.
sure.
Oh, what is this, a competition?
I don't know.
Birds of a feather, baby.
We're ranking it.
Damn, y'all mean.
All right, coming up here on the KVJ show, we got some headphone karaoke. We got some misconnections also going to be coming up today. Lots of stuff still to do.
Get the info on everything that's going on with us at kvjshow.com.
Do they do quotas when it comes to speeding? I know we keep hearing that no, they don't, but my wife and I, we were zipping down 95 over the weekend, and there were 3 different highway patrol people that were like on the side with the radar guns hanging right out of their car. It was on the stretch, right, pretty much 45th Street to like Southern. There were 3 going southbound just in that space. I'm like, man, what's up?
That's the worst when you see them with the speed gun and they got that squat position. You're like, oh yeah, they get you. And then you see them jog to their car.
Yeah.
Like, oh boy, I'm getting pulled over.
Well, highway patrol with the radar gun in an athletic stance is the worst.
It's like he's playing defense.
I've seen the fat guy that's leaning up against a tree and he's like got his. I'm like, that guy. He does not want to chase me down. He's putting it up for errors.
You want the fat guy to clock you.
Yeah, I want the guy that's leaning against a tree eating a donut because he ain't going anywhere. Yeah, the one that's like down, like they're ready to say downset hike.
You want the older officer who's been on the force
Right.
for a while. Maybe he's tired. You don't want the new, fresh, young recruit.
There's nothing worse than a very athletic
No.
FHP.
That's the kind of
You're in trouble.
That's the police officer that pulled me over on foot. He was so athletic, and I was the fat guy driving. He got me like that.
You're done.
Yeah, I've heard different stories. Every time we talk about it, we get those calls. No, there's no quotas. It's not something we do. I just got a buddy of mine who's like going, yeah, I used to be a traffic cop. Yes, we do have quotas. So I don't know. It's kind of
And
one of
that's
those.
the one you believe.
Do
You
they? Do
believe
they
the ones
not?
on the inside.
I don't know. But I do know this. It does very much feel like it's us versus the man when it comes to those kind of things. And when you're talking about speed traps, some of them, boy, I railed against that one that I absolutely hated that got me because it was, to me, an unfair trap. It was right there. I think it's Belvedere and like Military, just whatever that little town. It's a little town just west of right there. And they had it where the speed limit was 45, and then through this little town, it drops down to 35, and it goes for about maybe a mile and a half. And then it goes back up to 45 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And it's not really marked. And then the sheriff's sitting right there. They had a system where they had a lane and they were just pulling people like, you come here. They had a guy gunning, a guy waving them over, and then somebody processing them. I'm like, this is like, it looked like, some assembly line kind of thing they had of just writing speeding tickets.
It's an operation.
Right. And
It's a planned operation, but I mean, yeah, you're speeding, but it feels like because they lower that speed limit in that one little area,
Right.
they're setting you up to fail.
And there was nothing different. It was just the town apparently was able to opt into that speed. And so I got a 47 and a 35. It should have been I was going 47 and a 45.
Right.
Which is really annoying. You're just like, oh, they got me. So when you have something like that, that's why it's us versus the man. And there's this thing that's kind of going viral here, apparently in Naples, Florida here. There was a speed trap that was set up, and probably somebody that got nailed in that speed trap was just not having it. So the cops who were doing the speed trap are like going, okay, we know normally on a regular day, you'll get an average of maybe 20, whatever it might be, speeders that come through here. And they went through their whole thing and like going, we didn't have one person today Like, it just seemed weird. Like, okay, what's going on that everybody's obeying the speed
No
limit
one's speeding
exactly
today.
Yeah, so they were just kind of like driving out of, where they'd set up the speed trap. And they look, and it had the speed limit 45 sign that was there. And somebody had taken a piece of plywood and they wrote on it, police ahead, and leaned it up against the speed limit sign. And so everybody saw it slow down. They didn't get like one person. It was in Collier County. They actually posted it up on their Facebook page.
That's funny.
Yes. And so that was the us beat the man on that one. But to me, is it fair or foul? To me, I think speed traps, I get the point. There are areas where people are going way too fast, and they were saying, and by the way, they're really doing something right now where they're cracking down on the school zones. And I do agree with that.
Sure.
Because somebody's zipping through that's unsafe. To me, the ones that get me there's really no rhyme or reason. The one that I had, it wasn't like it was a school zone, wasn't like there was anything special going on there. It was just because a town, that's how they make their money, is they get people who are zipping on Belvedere, are used to going 45, and then they hit you with that 10-mile-per-hour decrease, and as soon as you drive right through that little town, then it goes right back up to 45. No rhyme, no reason. Those are the ones I don't like. That's why I always warn people about that one if it's still out there and they're doing it. So what are the big speed traps? Where do you always get nailed? Is there a place where you always know, if I'm here, watch out, because the cops are probably standing by?
You got to be careful on Village Boulevard because police officers, I feel like they hide in the trees and then they fall.
Like Spider-Man?
Yeah, and then it's too late. It's too late before
Yeah.
you know it. And there's usually 3 of them. And 2 of the 3 do have a flat top, so you know you're getting a
They're
ticket.
good. Yeah, I'll
They're
tell you,
real
it's,
good.
it's right by like Cumberland Road there on Village Boulevard, and it's usually about lunchtime. That is a popular thing. They got to just be going, hey, let's go set it up. It's
If that
always
guy
there.
drops out the tree and he's athletic and he's got a flat top, you are done.
Oh, my truck would just give up. It would just stop.
Brr. It just nope, tilt, done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so my former cop buddy said, it's kind of a non-spoken quota.
Oh, yeah.
Is how they do
And
it.
I'm sure at the end of the month they do a tally and they know who wrote more tickets and then who didn't write any tickets. And if you're writing tickets and you're
Yeah.
making money, then you're probably looked upon more favorably. It's probably like a little ass kissing thing.
And could you text your cop buddy if someone legit has poopy cramps, if they have the runs and they can see it in their eyes and they're struggling and they're speeding just to get to a toilet, will you let them off with a warning, or is that a viable excuse?
Yeah, I think
If you poop yourself.
I think we talked to a cop about this, and I think he said a lot of times it really kind of depends upon the situation and the mood I'm in.
Okay. All right. And if
It
you're hot,
depends.
if you're
If you're that athletic cop with a flat top, probably not.
probably not.
Yeah, he said on the ticket quota, if you don't show up with tickets and you wasted time on the side of the road with a radar gun, then it looks like you are avoiding work. So as a cop, you got to kind of come out with something. Be like going, hey, look what I did today. I was very
Productive.
productive. Yeah, otherwise, like going, so what? You sat there and the entire day you didn't see like more than 2 speeders?
I was in the Outback parking lot. I didn't see anybody speed. Well, you got to get out there, officer.
Yeah, everybody got to prove their worth. So anything you want to drop on us, 877-979-WRMF. A couple speed traps. People say watch Southern Boulevard between 95 and Parker.
Southern is the devil. Southern Boulevard, you are made by Lucifer. They are right. It's speed traps. You get lost out there. I feel like I don't know.
Okay. Off North Lake by the Home Depot, they hide in the trees. Another one then flags you over. Yeah, it's the tag team speed trap that gets you.
Yeah, it's like Jurassic Park. Those 2 dinosaurs.
Those are the most serious, because if you just see a lot of times the cops stand there with the radar gun, they're only going to get the extreme speeders. Otherwise, if you've got the 2-person operation, they're getting everybody. Because it's
Yeah.
like, here, boom.
You can't help yourself.
You're
I
done.
bag him, you tag him.
Yep.
That's it.
I passed a cop on I-95 when I was younger. I was probably about 19 or 20, and he pulled me over immediately, and he started screaming at me and said, "You never pass a cop." I was like, "Oh, I didn't think I was speeding. Maybe I was. I don't know."
Yeah. It's the worst feeling when you get pulled over.
You get all wrapped up in your music. You've flown past me. Okay,
Yes.
I'm already speeding.
Right.
So if you're flying past me, you're a maniac.
I am not a speeder.
And I say that a lot in traffic because I'm usually speeding. If somebody's flying past me, they have a death wish.
I don't think I'm a speeder.
You flew past me singing Billy Joel at the top of your lungs. I saw you.
He did that once when we were working in Miami. We all had to drive down 95 together. Yeah.
Well, that was a rough 2 weeks. Yeah, I get it. I had 3 tickets in 2 weeks. I understand.
Somebody said the ring around the Wellington Mall. That whole area, watch, do not fly around there. They will get you.
And you'll get lost there, too.
Mm-hmm. A lot for us Southern. Yeah, Southern from the airport going west.
Oh, yeah.
There's about 10 to 15 motorcycles. I-95 southbound after Woolbright. The road curved around. They always sit right there with their radar guns. Yeah, it's usually it, too. There's a favorable spot in the road, or there's a big old bush.
A big old bush.
There is, and they hide behind it, and then all of a sudden, at the last second, they jump out and scare the hell out of you.
Oh, it's terrible. It's the worst thing ever.
It is. I always feel like I am driving with so much heroin and cocaine. I'm like, oh, wait. I start to shake.
Natura Boulevard in Deerfield, somebody said, watch out for that. Spanish River, Northwest Boca is always, there's a cop hiding there somewhere. I laugh at people flying around me. That's the funny thing, too. If you know you're coming up on a speed trap and here goes that jerky dude, and it's usually in like a Mazda or a Nissan.
It's nice to see him get pulled over.
Nissans loved a hot dog. I
Yeah, they do.
apologize. If you have a Nissan and you drive cool, I apologize. But a lot of your fellow Nissan drivers are just hot dogs.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Tiffany is on here, 877-979-WRMF. What happened with you, Tiffany?
Well, we were coming home one day, and I had my 70-year-old father with me. He had poopy pants, and we told, explaining to the officer that he had to go to the bathroom, that he had diarrhea. The officer said, "Jen, I don't care. I don't care." My dad ended up having to sit there and poop himself.
Oh, man, what did the officer say?
What a terrible human.
She didn't care.
It was a she?
Female, too. She did not care.
Dang.
Did she have a female flat top?
Right? Exactly.
Okay. I don't know what you did. but- Okay.
I mean, that is just cold. Your elderly parent is pooping themselves in the front seat, and you won't let them get out of the ticket. I mean, you're just heartless.
If I was her dad, I would have really took my time with that one, with the officer. At that point, you're in it. I would have had the officer smell that.
Karma. just know, karma is going to get you.
I know what I'd use that ticket for.
Yes.
Okay.
That's messed up.
All right. Anything you want to throw in, 877-979-WRMF. Somebody said, Kev, you can actually get arrested for doing that. It's called interfering with an investigation. I was flashing my lights one night, and a cop pulled me over and told me that I was interfering with an investigation. So they can take you to jail for doing that. So the person that put down that plywood sign saying,
You got to put it and run.
yeah, if you get caught doing that, yeah.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Are you trying to tell me you can't flash other cars?
You can't.
And it's illegal.
I've heard that before.
I feel like that's the police officer making a law up to scare you. Are you sure that's illegal?
I've heard it before.
I've heard that too.
You've heard it, but is it real?
Somebody's saying it is. Somebody's saying
Go
they got
test
pulled over
it.
for it. Yeah.
That's just how, I don't understand why the cops would get mad at that. You're helping somebody out, and you're making the car go slow now.
But
you're actually making it safe.
You're getting in the way of their speed trap, their money-making operation.
Yeah.
And that tells you right there, it's not about public safety. It's about making the money.
That's what I'm saying. If you're not concerned about the car being slowed down, you're helping people out by doing that. It's about the mighty dollar.
It always is, Bird. Everything.
I've heard about this too. I've seen that the town of Haverhill. In fact, somebody said they actually got in trouble for kind of like setting up. It's where it just doesn't seem right. That speed trap where you're like going, you are doing nothing except trying to take money from hardworking people.
It does. It's messed up.
It's not about safety. It's about you just trying to dig into our pockets to get some more money.
And what's that one saying? 9, you're fine. 10, oh, not again. What is that one?
That's not it. But I like your effort. Try again.
What is that one?
No, let him go. Let him go.
9, you're fine.
Yeah, you're getting there.
Any more? Prison door? I don't know.
I mean, you're going to jail for speeding?
I don't know.
It is 9, you're fine. 10, you're mine.
Okay, so is that a real thing?
That's what some cops have said. That's pretty much it. They'll give you the 9 miles over. You go 10. You get into the double digits. They're like, all right, now we got to grab you.
Okay, so I can go 9 miles an hour anywhere, and the Kevin Ralston told me I will be fine.
He said if you get a ticket going 9, he'll pay it.
Okay, good.
No, I did
as
not.
long as I got that on record.
I think the other big part of it too, it just depends on which cop you get and what mood they're in.
Thank you.
I mean, cops
Think
are-
about it. In your own job, you do better on some days if you're in a good mood. You do worse on other days if you're in a bad mood. Cops are people.
But cops aren't pulling over people and giving them tickets for 3 miles an hour over the speed limit. If you're doing that, what the hell?
Got Harold on here from Miami about interfering. You have read something about it too, Harold?
Yeah, I read somewhere that supposedly, when you're flashing your lights, to warn people, that they can't stop you. I'm not sure if that's true. I read it, I'm like Jaybird facts, I read it.
I like your style, man.
Jaybird facts.
Jaybird facts. I read it. I can't pronounce it. I don't know if it's true.
All right.
But I'm going to say it on the radio.
No need to be that mean.
Yeah. And what was your speed trap, Harold?
Well, and also I've always seen, since I travel up and down 985 most of the time, there's people should know when they're going southbound, right before you the Boynton Beach exit.
Okay.
On the left-hand side, you'll see that the I-95 curves to the left. Right there, FHP loves to be in that little blind spot right before you get to that curve.
The curve,
Right
yes.
Okay.
Because you can't
love those
see
black
it.
Curves.
Yeah.
You can't see it. Like a straightaway, you
That's
can
usually
see
it.
it.
That's where it kind of gets me a little angry because I'm like going, okay.
FHP won't let us be.
Yeah. Somebody said Virginia's absolutely right about putting the stats up on the wall. Monthly stats get displayed and the deputies do compare them. But somebody else said the agencies only want to see traffic activity. By that, I mean that written warnings are just as good as citations as far as proving activity.
Okay, well, that proves you were out there working.
Right, that's what they want to see.
And if you give a ticket to somebody pooping themselves, you are low human. They need to get a warning, and you need to let them go. You can't give a ticket to a pooper.
But I think you have to prove that you're a pooper because we have fake poopers out there. There'll be so many fake poopers. Oh, I got cramps.
You gotta produce it right on the spot.
Right.
You got to have at least the sweats going.
You're right.
Here's a bag. Bring me something. And then somebody who texted in said, yeah, there is a quota. The officer deputy that writes the most normally receives a vacation day or a bonus.
There you go.
I don't know. Okay. All right.
Okay,
are these coming from inside?
Yeah.
Are these tippages?
You never know when you're talking text here, Virginia.
We're on to it. We've been to the puppet show. We've seen the strings. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Okay, Virginia's over here practicing, getting all ready.
Oh, being the biggest diva, she is complaining to Denny's. I can't believe you cut out the best part of the song.
The best part of the song is the beginning.
Why did you edit
Talking
it
about
out?
champagne and lashes and diamonds and ugh.
I mean, the Mariah Carey of the Palm Beaches is up in here, and she is being such a diva.
You blew it, Denny.
I'm trying to keep them all like 35 seconds.
Oh, Denny's, you did the same thing to my song, too? Dang it, Denny's.
All right, here we go. Ariana Grande, Coachella. She's just trying to sing her song, do her thing.
What do we do? What do we do with these lemons?
So the person who is singing is going to be pelted by the other people on the show with lemons.
Oh,
Yep.
the arm's feeling real rested.
Yep. That's why you got to kind of get yourself all ready here.
All right, so you're gonna have to throw and go back and get the lemons.
All right.
Okay.
Or I'll grab the lemons and toss
This is a
them
very
back to you guys.
athletic bit.
Go for the eyes, Virginia. You go for the eyes. I'll go for the new hair. I'm gonna try and knock it off.
I'm
Okay.
going for the groin.
Now, you do want to time it out because the song's what? This clip's about 30 seconds?
35.
Okay, 35. So you don't want to throw all your lemons in the first 3 seconds.
Oh, I'll run and get them. Don't worry.
Oh, you will. Okay.
Well, I'll be over here tossing them back to you guys.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Dude, this got a
You
point.
better be quick on that ball return, Denny's.
Yeah, we got a lot of balls to throw.
Okay, so I got Ariana Grande's Side to Side, and I'm picking it up. I don't even know. I don't know this song very well at all.
Is it bad to headhunt?
We're gonna knock that hair side to side.
Okay.
I don't know why I want to throw it off his nipples. Look out, they're pointy. All right, I'm going. I'll go for the nipples.
Okay, here we go. Okay. I don't know that.
Yeah.
I know you got a bad reputation. Doesn't matter because you gave me attention.
Come on, Denny's ball return.
Got nothing, thinking about nothing. Friends talking way too much.
Ball return, Denny's.
Saying
Ball
I
return.
should give you up. Can't hear them no, cause I've been here all night. I've been here all day. Ow. I got me wow, side to side. I've been all night. Oh, get him all day. Oh.
All right, so He's had enough.
You just give up on singing. You don't care. Oh my god.
I think I hit you in the ribs in the same 3 spots.
At first I tried singing. After a while, I'm like, screw this, man. I just want to get hit with lemons.
All I kept out hearing was this Kevin's skin and the lemon go.
Oh my god, that was so terrible.
Virginia had one that seriously got you right in the temple.
Oh, yeah, and it's hitting your lyrics. I don't know the song. Oh, that was terrible. Poor Ariana Grande. Gosh, I could see why she was all upset there at Coachella.
Virginia was throwing harder than me, by the way.
Oh, I was getting hit hard in the head.
We lost a couple lemons. There's a couple lemons behind the equipment.
It's like,
on the other
what?
side.
Oh my gosh. Craziness.
I almost peed myself. That was so funny.
That was just fun.
Okay. All right, here we go. Is Virginia up next? Give me some lemons. I'm ready. Yeah. I think I owe her a couple shots. Yeah. I think she was the one that's headhunt too. I had about 10 lemons go pinging off my dome.
She hit you in the head every single time.
Oh, it was like boing, boing. Yeah.
That's
what got so jarring there.
I was just going for your ribs, baby.
Okay. All right, we're doing Ariana Grande headphone karaoke here today. So Virginia's got the headphones on, got the lyrics in front of her, and the rest of the show, it's a little distracted karaoke. We're hitting her with lemons like she was at Coachella over the weekend. Okay. Oh, I can't wait for this.
Oh, yeah.
Been through some bad shit, should be a bad. Who'd have thought it turned me to a savage? Rather be tied up with cuffs and not strings. Buy my own checks like I write what I sing. My wrist, stop watching. My neck
I know, I
is
got her
flossing.
headphones.
My make deposits. My gloss is popping. You like my hair? Gee, thanks.
yeah.
Just bought it. I see it.
Oh, yeah.
I want it. I want it. I got it. I want it.
Oh,
I
threw
got
it over her
it.
head.
I want it. I got it. I want it. I got it. I want it. I got it. You like my hair? Gee, thanks. Just bought it. I see it. I like it. I want it. I got it.
Aw, man. It couldn't throw her off.
I stepped on one and destroyed
She
it.
got better the longer she went.
I was like headbutting them like soccer balls.
Yeah, I saw that after a while. You
If
saw
you
somehow
hit it
you.
back.
I actually the last one was really impressive because you were singing, you saw it coming, and you like did like
Headbutted it.
yeah. She done
That's
bent it like
fun.
Beckham. That's pretty impressive there, Virginia. Okay, all right. So we got Jaybird up here. We're singing Ariana Grande.
Oh, this one.
A whole new level of
This one
difficulty.
split open when it hit my head.
No, I stepped on it.
Oh.
I destroyed it.
It
Smells great in here. That smells very lemon.
It's never smelt this fresh in here.
This will be the first time we've done a food throwing bit where we didn't get in trouble.
Finally did a bit that smells good. Okay, here we go.
This might be my new favorite bit, by the way.
This is fun. Okay, here we go. We'll see how you do. I know. It's tough. It's
Ball
exhausting,
return, Denny's.
too.
Ball return.
Okay.
I'm on it, man. This is the most exercise I've gotten in a while.
I know Denny's is winded.
He's real winded. He's about to throw up a bunch of weed.
Okay. All right, here we go.
Bring it on. Head hunt. Go hard.
Oh, is there any doubt we will?
How hard is it to sing while getting pelted with lemons? Ariana Grande tried it over the weekend. She actually, I think she gave up. If
Don't shut up! That's because one of y'all threw a lemon at me.
Yeah, she gets someone throwing a lemon and she quits. Not us, baby. We're troopers.
Okay, I'm doing thank you next, and I guess Denny's got me doing it from the middle of the song.
Yeah.
Denny's,
I know.
you gotta pull the beginning,
She's
the
got
good part.
long intros, all right, guys?
I have no idea
The
what I'm
longer
doing.
he has to sing, the more lemons he has to take to the face.
He did the same thing to me. I'm showing you on KVJ TV. He gave me, look at that. He gave me lyrics that started like in the middle of
Denny.
a verse.
In the middle of the second verse, I'm like, what?
I mean, if anybody should be hit with lemons, it's you.
Denny's, you know
The
music.
girl puts her chorus out a minute 30 into the
It's
song.
okay. We get to hit each other with lemons for longer then, Denny.
Yeah, no, he's getting a lemon beating.
Okay. All right, here we go. All right, you ready?
One time made love, one time they patient, one time, oh, tear into my eye, God, tear into my eye. Thank you. And then, oh God, and there goes my Peter, and there goes my
Peter.
lover. So, yeah, God, thank you. Next, oh, thank you. Next, thank you. And next, I'm so grateful. Thank you. Next. Thank you. Next. Oh, thank you.
Oh, jeez.
I can't see. I got juice in my eye. She threw this. The one I smashed, she threw it right in my eye. I gotta go wash it out.
Oh, man.
Water.
Okay.
Oh my God, it's so fun.
There you go.
I want to do it again.
Not easy, is it?
Oh, no.
No, not easy to sing and have lemons thrown at you. Oh, lovely. Apparently, they're just handing out some foot rubs. Just go right out in public and you can get them, at least according to Craigslist. That's what I'm getting here. And the misconnections. Somebody said they're looking for the woman who gave me a foot rub in the park. But they call it a foot job. Is that the same thing as a foot rub?
Foot job is, well, let me make
Show
sure.
me on Denny's.
Let me make sure on that. Foot job might be a little bit more. I don't know.
So I guess
something tells me a foot job's more than your average just rubbing the foot.
I have a feeling on a foot rub, your feet get touched. On a foot job, they don't. That's just my guess. So I'd say there is probably actually a very large dividing line between the two.
Okay, the Urban Dictionary's got a whole different term about what foot job is.
Yes.
But it is involving the...
Typically something done with the hand is done with the foot.
You're onto it.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Show me on Denny's.
Denny's ain't cool with that.
Aww.
Okay.
Show me on Suits.
Nah, Suits ain't cool with that either.
Wow. Okay. It says here, you gave me a mind-blowing foot job 2 weeks ago. You didn't care that my feet were stinky.
Oh.
That's how I know you are the chosen one. Just to let you know, I'm going to be at the same park this Sunday. Same time, same place. We can keep it quiet like the last time, or you can just tell me how stinky my feet are. It's up to you, Master. It's hard to meet a beautiful woman who gives such amazing foot jobs.
So is she giving the foot job? Is he doing it to her?
It sounds like she's touching his feet because he said that she didn't mind that his feet were gross.
So is this what's going on? See what I'm saying? Kind of.
Again, I need you to show me on somebody.
Okay, picture someone straddling a foot, if you will.
Okay.
Like a horse, I guess.
Okay. You seem to be off all social media now. Please don't block me from your life just quite yet. I need just one last foot job. Then I promise to leave you alone, my master.
So they got a whole thing going then. This is if they're on social media and they're meeting at a spot, they've got communication. Now she's blocking them because it got real weird. I'm just connecting the dots, baby.
Okay. All right.
That's a good one, Kev. First one for one.
It's very confusing, as is a lot of things that you find in the misconnections.
I think I'm right. I think she is doing that to the foot.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
The straddle toe.
Okay. Well, you know, there's a lot of sexy things that happen in the world of Little League sports. There's actually a lot of weird drama that happens with the parents outside the field. The kids play their game, but some of the parents in the stands are playing their own.
Oh yeah, and they're all not upstanding people sometimes.
They're just people.
Yes, you're right.
People just sometimes. Not all of us tend to be always upstanding.
Yes.
Somebody looking for the sassy cat, the sexy Little League mommy.
Okay.
Yeah, just want to let you know. Saw you at my son's travel baseball tournament in Miami. My kid, he plays on a team for Wellington. Your kid plays on a team from Taravella. We kept looking at each other the entire game, and I'm not gonna lie, it got me horny as crap. You had on tight jean shorts that had the word sassy cat printed right on the butt.
Sassy cat.
I bet you're one of those sassy mommies. But I can tell you this. I am definitely one of those sassy daddies.
Okay.
We watched a bunch of little leaguers hit home runs last Saturday. Why don't we make our own home run together, if you catch my drift? I got some great balls and a real long bat that you can play with. Sassy cat. Okay.
I mean, does that work? If Sassy Cat reads that, is she into that?
I don't know if Sassy Cat's going to be on Craigslist misconnection.
I mean,
that's the problem. But I do, yeah, I mean, you can see a lot of googly eyes going on in the stands. There's a lot of Little League hooking up.
But the line, I got balls and a bat to play with, you think that's going to work?
No.
No way.
No.
Would that work on you, Sinicki? Depends on who's saying.
Depends on who's doing it. Whose bat and balls are involved?
Well, here's another one for the misconnections. It says, every time I drive by a TGI Fridays, I get aroused.
I kind of relate to that.
Is it the vest with the buttons?
Oh, my gosh. How about that? Okay.
I get it.
All right. This one says here.
We met on Tinder, but then we lost contact. Long story short, we had drinks at TGI Fridays and Plantation. Then we got loaded on mudslides and full of spinach dip. Then we headed to your car. Needless to say, you ravished me like you ravished that spinach dip. We tried an act that I never did before, and I loved it. You called it the tickle claw.
I'm looking it up.
I called it amazing.
The tickle claw.
And now every time I drive by TGI Fridays, I get aroused. And it's all your fault.
I know the tickle claw, Bird.
What is it?
Grab your ankles.
Tickle claw.
I'm trying to find it. That might be an original move.
It says, please tell me what kind of pelvic tattoo I have. That's how I know it's you, baby.
Okay.
Very sexy round today.
Yes, indeed.
Learned about tickle claws. That's something new.
Was it more sweet than gross this week?
No, it's still pretty gross.
It's a good mix, though.
I
Yeah.
don't know if there was anything sweet in that.
Wait a minute. Hold on. They say they got a YouTube video of the tickle claw.
Okay.
That pulled up on mine too, and I cannot wait to go to commercial.
Maybe it's not so dirty after all.
Recreate it.
Tickle claw.
Okay, the tickle claw. Interesting stuff there. All right. What do you got there?
It's
it
not.
hurt?
It's not the right video to click on. It's innocent.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's too innocent.
Too innocent. Okay. Not what you're expecting, huh?
No. Not
He
what-
wanted something dirty, and he got something sweet and innocent.
He wanted something dirty. He clicked on it, and it was babies.
I mean, tickle claw.
I'm out.
Let's move along.
Well, I didn't realize, but apparently your partner's farts are good for your health.
How?
Well, they just did a study, Virginia, and I will tell you that according to what they found, hydrogen sulfide, the gas emitted from a fart, can actually have health benefits in low doses. Now, that is the key. What exactly is the dosage?
And how do you regulate the dose coming out of your butt? You can't, Kevin.
Well, maybe you might say that a fart, I mean, even a big fart, is still a low dose of hydrogen sulfide. That's the question. What exactly is the dosage, and how do you qualify what is high and what's low?
And how do I administer this dosage to you?
Come here and I'll show you. Somebody said if you're trying to lower the risk of things like dementia, cancer, arthritis, heart attack,
You
and
mean to
more,
tell me we should be farting on Grandma? Is that what you're trying to say?
or maybe have grandma fart on you.
I don't know.
It's too late for her.
Old people farts are pretty rough.
You're right. So it doesn't qualify the farts because I will tell you, not all farts are created equal.
You are right about that.
So I don't know. I have probably a lot more questions than I do answers on this, but it might be one of those arguments and something to look into, that if you are the farter and you're getting a lot of complaints, print up this story today. It's a study that is just out that might actually help you in your arguments. So there you go.
All this time, Kev, your wife has been helping you to live longer and
I know,
not get
right?
dementia,
Yes.
not get Alzheimer's. You're going to be fine.
I don't feel like I am. You know, it's going to kill. I will die of something else. I think that's what it is. That's what it prevents. But what it is giving you has got to be like probably 100 times worse. Because there's no way that farts can be good for you.
Agreed.
There's no way.
There's no way.
Well, think about the biological reaction your body has to
Yes.
them. That's for a reason.
Right.
That's your body telling you, get away from them. They're hurting you.
Yeah, I didn't make up this crazy concept that farts are repulsive. That
Don't-
wasn't me.
No.
Don't fart on your family and friends. I don't think it's going to help them with Alzheimer's. This sounds like a bunch of BS.
Think so, huh?
I tell you that my family, people are always farting on each other in my family.
Right on them, huh?
Ow! There's a lot of dumbass criminals to talk about, baby. It's the whacked out news. People breaking the law. Ha ha, fighting in the nude. Ha, drunk people pooping in the street. Ha ha, it's the whacked out news. So many people on meth. Ow!
I was showing you that the best things do happen in Florida. Don't know what you did or where you might have seen the Easter Bunny this weekend, but the video I saw had the Easter Bunny in Orlando.
Whooping ass.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
Easter Bunny.
The Easter Bunny can throw down.
It's really a great video because I'm shocked he could land so many punches with such accuracy with that head on.
I couldn't believe that was the most remarkable part. He had such great agility. He could see.
If you ever worn one of those bunny heads, which I have one, I wear it all the time, I love it, they are not easy to
Right.
see, much less fist fight in.
Well, apparently it started out with a guy that was dressed as the Easter Bunny. He tried to break up a fight between a man and a woman. They were downtown Orlando. This was on Sunday night, so Easter Sunday.
Easter Sunday, the Easter Bunny is breaking up fights.
Right, but then apparently he just said, screw it, and jumped in and started throwing punches at the man. Now, the video, as you might imagine, is going viral because it's unbelievable because it is just, I mean...
Good for the Easter Bunny.
And the guy's shirtless, and he's just, Easter Bunny's dragging him all over the street, just whooping his ass.
Well, if the guy was hitting his girl,
Yeah.
I'm glad the Easter Bunny stepped in.
There you go. So, if you've not seen it yet, want to find it easily, and you're on Twitter, just go to KVJ Show. We've got it down there on our feed. Well, it's another weird thing you would not expect on Easter. An actor in the Philippines who frequently plays Jesus in Holy Week stage plays got busted for dealing drugs on Easter.
Oh.
Could you imagine how weird that would be, though, to buy drugs from Jesus?
Yeah,
odd.
it's pretty odd.
Pretty odd. And you imagine how weird it would be to be arresting Jesus for drugs?
I think Denny's used to buy weed off a guy named Jesus.
Okay.
Close.
Yeah, all right. There's a woman in Pennsylvania that drove to a police station a few weeks ago and asked to speak to a cop. She had a serious conversation she wanted to take on with him about the possibility of cocaine legalization.
Girl.
By the way, I've heard other people talk about this. I don't think this is going to happen. y'all.
No.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah, well, she was high in the first place. So they did arrest her for being under the influence. So apparently while she was doing blow, she's like, this stuff should be legal,
Oh,
right?
she was feeling it. She's getting that false hope.
Yeah. So there you go. But apparently they're not going to be legalizing that anytime soon.
Nah.
Guy in Georgia broke into a jewelry warehouse on Friday.
A jewelry warehouse?
That sounds like the kind of place to break into, right?
Oh, that sounds amazing.
Okay, $100,000 worth of rings he stole.
Whoa.
But the surveillance cameras were able to capture him, and apparently he decided he was going to throw people off the scent, that he possibly couldn't break the law because his shirt said, "Be a good human." So, and he's in there in that shirt, but cops are trying to track him down, but so far he's on the street with $100,000 worth of jewelry.
Wow.
Right? Well, in Miami, there were some firefighters who were driving around about 11 p.m. on Friday night when they thought they saw an unconscious person in a yard. That might happen on a Friday night at about 11 p.m.
You got to go check it out.
So they go walking up to the person, and when they look down, they realize, oh my gosh, that's not a person, that's an 11-foot alligator. Yeah. Luckily, they realized before they got way too close and called the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission to come help out. So that's more their thing.
Dang.
Have you heard what they're doing in the state of Washington? They say they could become the first state to allow human remains to be used as compost. I guess you would be fertilizing your garden with dead people?
Huh.
I don't hate it.
State lawmakers passed a bill that would allow residents to have their remains disposed of using natural organic reduction after their death. The bill cites research which claims human remains would be safe for use in residential gardens and would not smell like anything other than soil.
Huh.
Does that weird you out, though? And would you nibble on a tomato that had been fertilized by a dead body?
Like a dead Kevin Ralston tomato? I think I can get down with that.
You know it's going to be juicy.
Oh, yeah.
I would sit under the dead Kevin Ralston tree if they
Right.
fertilized a
Yeah.
tree with you. I don't know if I would eat the tomato.
Would it freak you out if my body was in your backyard and you were growing fruits out of me? Would you hate that?
Yeah, it'd probably weird me out.
We wouldn't eat it.
I would love that. I wouldn't be freaked out by that.
You'd like us
But you're
eating
dead.
you in vegetable form. You hate vegetables.
I'm saying if,
Right.
if it was vice versa and you were in my backyard and you're growing out and growing in my ground, I think I would like that.
He'll let you eat the vegetables, but you gotta fry them. You
Okay.
cannot eat his vegetables unless they are flash fried.
That's the condition.
We'll do
huh?
fruit. I like fruit more than vegetables.
You do?
I
Okay.
like a lot of fruit.
You do.
Fry that too.
Okay. All right, fried fruit. Or make a pie.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It'd be kind of weird to me, but
That's what I want to do when I die. I want to have you guys put me in that tree thingy where my body goes in the ground, then I grow into a tree.
yeah, I think people are kind of changing their concepts of, what they're going to do. I mean, you're done with the body. I mean, what's the big deal? A lot of people, they do cremation. But, hey, if you could make something productive out of, what's left behind, and that would be it, fertilizing gardens.
Hey, Kev, let's go to the Virginia tree. We'll go see our old friend. It works.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't hate it. I want to be buried because I'm freaked out by the thought of cremation. I know I'm not in my body anymore. I don't need my body.
Burial's kind of freaky, too, though.
I still
Real
don't want.
freaky. Burial's
Yeah.
so freaky.
I like burial better than putting your body into a incinerator and it goes up in flames.
You're
How about
dead.
putting your body into a box? I mean, that whole story about, the what is it for the bells that they had that they used to have, like if you go into Savannah, you can see that in some of the graveyards.
Yeah, they didn't know
where they would
people were dying.
Yeah, well, they thought they were dead because it was like yellow fever or something, scarlet fever, I don't know, one of those things.
You come back.
Well, they thought the people were dead. They're chucking them in boxes, burying them, and they would wake up.
Or they're
and so
just-
they would put a string around their finger that would run up to a bell on the surface.
That if they moved, it would ring the bell.
Right.
Well, hopefully, before you guys bury me, you double check to make sure I'm dead.
I don't know, Virginia. You can play possum pretty well.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like modern medicine would have it down a little bit better.
And you're a witch. You're tougher to kill.
You pass out really hard.
All right, then just stuff me and put me in the corner.
But so many people died that way. They thought they were dead. They're in the coffin, and then they really start to die in there. How crazy is
That's
they
that?
didn't-
messed up.
Yeah, and then by the time they got them out of the ground, they, yeah,
They're
They
dead.
suffocated.
for real. Yeah, it's crazy stuff.
Horrifying, Kevin.
Yeah, there you go. All right. Any thoughts? What do you prefer? What's freakier? Getting burnt or getting buried?
What if you
That's why
guys?
I'm kind of thinking maybe garden is where I want to go now.
What if you all stuffed me and just kept me in the studio?
Oh, that's
I like
weird.
that.
Some people do that.
Do you
Nah,
like
freaks
it?
me out.
I'm looking at Kevin the whole time.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah. How often are people stealing their coworkers' lunches? Is it frequent or is it rare? Are you a person that's ever stolen a lunch, or have you ever had your lunch stolen?
Both. Yes and yes.
Yes and yes. Okay. What about you, Virginia, if we're doing a survey here? Have you ever stolen somebody's lunch or ever had your lunch stolen at work?
I've never stolen somebody's lunch because I think that's gross and I don't know what they've done to it.
Yeah.
I couldn't do
Well,
that.
sometimes you can steal a frozen food dinner.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not as gross. Just wrong.
It's just wrong.
It's just wrong. I have had our beer stolen. We had beer in the KVJ fridge and somebody cleaned it out.
Oh, so Who's that awesome guy that always brings us ice cream? I forget.
Bluebell.
No, there's there's another guy too that
Wits.
brings it.
Wits. Frozen custard.
I had all of this Wits in the freezer, and I had just put it in there, and it was only in there for 20 minutes, and
you hadn't touched it.
Hadn't touched it. It was brand new, and people here got in there and it was gone within 30 minutes.
Dang.
Yeah.
There's stuff that feels communal, when it comes to the food. And I could see, okay, if you got like a dessert or there's cake, pizza, maybe even if like a pizza box is in there, you're thinking, oh, okay, somebody brought, and especially at a radio station where, people were dropping by food that, okay, that would be harder to say that definitely belongs to somebody.
If it's on a table.
Yeah. And well, if it's on a table, yeah, definitely not. To me, that is communal. If you get upset, if you go and grab a piece of food off a table that's laid out like that, and somebody's like, "That's my lunch," be like, "You lay your lunch out on the no." But if it's in a bag and it's got a name on it, you're going into the bag and you're eating that. That's, to me, without a doubt, you can't even justify that. Even stealing the frozen dinners. You got to assume somebody is saving that for their own personal lunch.
Well,
that's not a communal type thing.
The one that I took back at Wild, it was in there for 10 months. It was just collecting dust. I honestly thought it was somebody who had gotten fired. Me and producer Heather was even talking about that. It wasn't. It was the woman who worked in AM, and she was pissed, and she made a big deal about it. I was like, oh, no.
I mean, if it had been around that long.
It had been, man. It had been a long. I honestly thought it was somebody who had gotten fired.
It's like, yeah, I mean, if it's been there for a while,
it was
because what are you going to do? You're going to get mad because they send out emails around here, and I'm sure probably most offices do it, where they say, okay, we're doing the, whatever it is, quarterly cleaning of the fridge.
The purge.
Yes, if you got something in there and it looks old, just let you know, you might want to go pull it out now while we clean.
That thing followed me all around that station. After that, I got blamed for 105.5. They did a whole video about how I went into their microwave. I stopped Moe's food while it was cooking. I never did any of that. Things like if a mountain.
So they had a video of you stopping the microwave to take the food?
They had a video of me walking by on the surveillance. I walked by the microwave. I never touched the food. Somebody else stopped and touched and took his food out and cooked theirs and left his on the side. They blamed it on me, and it wasn't me.
That used to be a problem, I remember, at the old station. Yeah, people would do that. They would stop your food when it was cooked, which to me, that's the epitome of rude.
That is.
Yeah, when you stop someone else, because you would go back to get your food and it'd be cold. You're like, what happened? I just put it in.
I would never stop Moe's food.
Yeah. And then what, they were saying on top of it, you were eating it?
They what I'm saying is when I ate that one lunch, that one time, everyone blamed me for everything else that went wrong in that
Now
kitchen.
you were just the lunch stealer.
I was the guy that, he stops the
brush.
microwave. He's spilling Mountain Dew on everybody.
They say 41% of people have dealt with a coworker stealing food. 41%. They say the foods that disappear the most: chips, fruit, candy, coffee, and juice.
People around here, beer.
Yeah.
I mean, is beer one of those kind of things? I mean,
most
to me,
people don't have beer in their fridge at work.
Right, and it's still wrong, but could people possibly say, oh, I thought that was like from a party or that was communal because it's beer?
But it's in our studio and it's in our office, so you have to kind of...
Yeah.
That's
wrong, but it seems like there are foods that are no doubt hands-off, other things that might be questionable, and beer could be in that gray area depending upon the fridge and the circumstances. I think our situation is not.
You touch our beer, you get a tear.
Yeah, we will fist fight over beer.
Speaking of, do we have any?
We do.
Mm-hmm. Go for it, baby. It's Tuesday.
Oh, it's not the right. It ain't the right time.
It's been so long since you drank.
It's Tuesday morning.
You drank on Saturday.
Yeah.
It's been long enough.
And stop sending me emails about my drinking. I know.
Somebody texted in and said I was caught by my boss eating my boss's lunch.
Oh, damn.
That's ballsy.
That is bad for you.
Wow. Okay.
Did you get fired?
No, didn't get fired. They say, I thought I had made my frozen dinner. I thought I brought it in. It turns out I actually forgot to bring in my lunch. I thought that was mine. It wasn't. It was my boss's.
Ooh.
And he went hungry, and this was in the middle of tax season, so apparently it was a very long day, and he's just not going to eat. So.
Oh, at that point, you have to order food for your boss. You ate their food.
I think so, too, yeah. It is a boss. Yeah, you want to do something nice. It's probably the right thing to do. We got Judy on here from Parkland. Hello, Judy.
Hi. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
This is about my best friend's husband. He said he brought his lunch to work every day, and he started noticing little things missing from his lunch. And at first he was just like, thought it was just something he missed. And then he started noticing a pattern. So then he found out it was a guy at work who kept taking things out of his lunch. So he started bringing chips in that had, it could have been barbecue chips. And he'd lick off all the barbecue. And then he'd bring in sour cream and onion and lick off all the sour cream and onion. And he'd put it back in so this guy would eat his chips. And after about a week, he wrote a note and said, I hope you've been liking my chips. They've been licked. And the guy never took anything out of his lunch again.
That's how you do it right there.
Yeah.
You gotta fight back.
That is. Somebody had said that I had the same problem, that I put some X-Lax in the food. And do you get in trouble for that?
Yes, X-Lax you can't do. It's considered you're poisoning somebody.
But it was your food.
Well,
they
it's not
took
poison.
your food.
I mean, it is
technically you can hurt somebody. Some people can't take X-Lax. You'll get in trouble for that.
Well, you took my food. Like if I have a bag, my name is on it, and I have something in there. Who knows? Maybe I made X-Lax brownies for myself.
Or
That's how I
cookies,
take,
yeah.
That's how I take my X-Lax, and you're the one that stole it with my name on it and ate it.
That's on you, thief. I hope you're on the toilet in pain.
That's a good question. That's a good legal question, Kevin.
If I were the boss, I would be like, well, is there anything about that made you think that should have been yours?
Right. You stole it, and you went to Shady Means to get your cookie on.
Sorry, when you steal, what happens.
Thank you.
In my office, at least. That'd be crazy. Somebody said it was such a problem in my last job, they had to install cameras. Problem solved. Yeah, so for a lot of people, apparently food thieves is a big issue. Somebody said the biggest thing we have disappearing in our office, people will steal soda cans from bags.
From the bags?
Yeah.
That's full on stealing at that point.
What is? I mean, this is stealing. I mean, when and I get you got the communal thing, but when you get to some of these situations, it's a bag. Come on, man. You know that is not like a communal thing.
It's somebody's lunch bag.
Right.
And it's clear.
If you're going through someone's bag and you take their chips, you don't understand. For that person, that chips might have been the make or break part of their day.
Right, they needed that.
Looking forward to the Cheetos.
They needed that emotional lift.
They're looking at the clock. It's 11 a.m. They know they're going to eat those Cheetos at noon, and they're gone. Devastated.
Listen, somebody said at my job, somebody cut a piece of cake out of this brand new birthday cake. We were saving it for later that day for a colleague. And when we went to take the cake out to sing happy birthday to him, there was a big old piece gone.
Oh,
you know what?
My
and
gosh.
that person stayed in the background and watched everyone just freak out. They loved it.
They loved it.
They want to see the world burn.
But I will say on that, you got to put a sign on that though. Did you
No.
put a sign? No. Do you not to say, hey, look,
No.
don't touch this?
No. An uncut birthday cake, it should be untouchable. You should know we haven't sang happy birthday yet. We haven't cut this thing.
But somebody may not know that.
No one's allowed to cut into an uncut birthday cake.
I like to see Fat Kevin show up for the conversation. I think he's promoting eating the cake.
Fat Kevin just wants more frosting.
True.
Do you blame him?
Right. Yeah, I don't know. That one to me, some things are absolutely wrong. Some things like, I don't know.
No. If the cake hasn't been cut, you don't get to cut the first piece. It's not your birthday.
I agree. I think it's rude, but I don't know if that would go on the level of where somebody be like, come on, you had to know you were stealing or that was the absolute wrong thing to do. Be like going, I thought somebody just brought in their cake. Okay. All right. You got something to say, you can let us know. 877-979-WRMF, 877-979-9763. One guy said, somebody was stealing my Gatorade, so I put an entire bottle of Visine eye drops in. Okay. I hear that actually can be very dangerous for people, though. So that I wonder if you would get poisoning on that.
I thought you could, kill somebody with that.
Mm-hmm. Somebody said, oh, dang, all this talk. I just went and checked on my morning avocados, and somebody took my last one.
What?
So it looks like no breakfast for me.
So cold.
Dang, that's crazy. And somebody said it's not about the boss. You can get into legal trouble for things like the X-Lax.
We put a little mini fridge in our studio just to get away from all this. You can go and buy these little mini fridges now pretty cheap. I think this one was under $60. It's a good investment.
Okay.
If you want to keep your stuff and so
Yeah.
nobody can mess with it, a little baby mini fridge.
What we should do is when we leave, we should put all of our food in there and our drinks because that is our fridge, and then just put little mouse traps all through it. And we know during the afternoon we don't go in there because there's mouse traps, and let the good times roll.
Okay, let the good times roll.
It's a war, Kevin.
Okay. And somebody's saying they do have those plastic bags you can get. It makes it look like your sandwich or whatever has mold on it. So they're kind of like mold-looking bags. Yeah, so that's one way to try to protect your food. All right, anything you want to throw out? 877-979-9763 here at the KVJ Show.
KVJ not only does a radio show, but also does an after-the-show podcast. Watch or listen on kvjshow.com.
Yeah. Somebody was talking about stealing the food. It seems like everybody, boy, that really cuts deep. Everybody's got an opinion on that.
You can't mess with people's money or their food, man.
I think it's probably in that order.
That's why people go. That's why you see all those fast food videos. People losing their minds. It's the one time a day that they can just be at peace eating their burger.
Right, just enjoying themselves.
And then it's no cheese, you son of a. People lose their minds.
I've been looking forward to this cheese all day.
Oh, meals are a big deal for people. That's all some people have, man.
That's all I got. Well, if you like the fast food stuff, McDonald's, they're making a lot of adjustments. I was just telling you last week how they got rid of their signature sandwiches. They decided to bail on those. And now they're doing something that's different. And I don't know. I guess they're trying something else. I thought maybe they would just stick to the old staples, but now they're going kind of international. In June, McDonald's is going to be bringing out some different items with an international flair, including a burger with a creamy bacon sauce.
Ooh.
That's from Spain.
Ooh, yeah.
They're doing cheesy bacon fries from Australia.
Oh, really, mate?
I didn't know that was a big Australian thing.
Oh, they love cheese fries.
And they're doing a McFlurry made with caramel waffles from the Netherlands.
Oh, okay. Okay, McDonald's. This is what I'm talking about. This is where you excel.
Yeah. So I assume maybe these would be limited time items or trying something different. I guess when you unleash these kind of things.
I think they need to do the Bigger Mac. I think that would do very well. I really do.
The Big Mac is already so big. It's already got big in the name of it. That's how big it is.
The Bigger Mac, it's big. It's 4 patties on one.
Okay.
This ain't your grandmama's Big Mac. This is the new style for all you people who aren't afraid to get a little dirty.
Those things must work because is it Arby's that I always see comes out with those ridiculous sandwiches or somebody does that. It's and they got the guy that talks like this.
I know Hardee's does it too.
Is that hard? Maybe it's Hardee's. Yeah, Hardee's, Arby's sounds about the same to me.
Both places. Kevin's never going to go, so it don't matter.
No.
I'm not a big Hardee's lover. I thought I'd love Hardee's.
Yeah.
Very disappointed. Did not love it.
Really?
Yeah. It's like the low budget Carl's Jr.
Oh, okay. They're same company, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
I think they
Yeah.
One's East Coast, one's West Coast.
But one's better. Carl Jr.'s is better.
Yeah, Carl's Jr. was great. It used to be a big spot when I lived in California. People went there all the
California
time.
loves Carl's Jr.
Yeah.
You ain't hungry? You're not hungry at all.
I'm trying not to. I've got my boring, terrible meal replacement shake.
Kevin does this on purpose. He knows that this is going to get me going. He knows it's going to get me hot and bothered.
Because he cares if you order food or not.
In my
Yeah.
mind, he does.
I'm surprised you don't bring food in with you.
I don't like eating during the show sometimes because I feel like it makes me sluggish. I feel like, I don't know, it's weird.
So wait, you keep talking about getting food during the show, but you don't like eating during the show?
Bringing it from my house is different than ordering it.
Okay.
Ordering it is an event. It's excited people in the home.
But doesn't it result in the same thing? You're eating food and getting sluggish during the show?
Stop making sense, Kevin.
I'm trying to figure out the mind of Jaybird here. I'm just trying to figure out the rational game.
Yeah, yes and no, and I don't want to explain anymore because I'm even annoying myself. So. Yeah, I'm off.
I'm trying to connect with you, baby.
It's the idea of ordering food. It's a big deal when you order with a group. It's there's an energy. You can't give me an amen on this. You don't get excited when we order.
Yes, I do.
Oh,
but
Yeah,
I do not work with
enthusiastic.
food lovers. I really don't.
you do work with food lovers. I just don't love the same food as you.
Yeah.
I'm about quality, not quantity. You're about quantity. You're a man who just gets peace and solace knowing he's bringing home 7 grilled cheese sandwiches.
Yeah. It'd be fun to have a food discovery day. Because the one thing I will tell you, because I looked a little bit more into that McFlurry, when they said caramel waffles from the Netherlands, I was like, oh, I wonder if that's a stroopwafel. I think is how you pronounce it. My mom in high school was an exchange student to the Netherlands.
Okay.
And so her Dutch parents and friends that she had, I went to the Netherlands when I was a kid, and they would come over and stay with us. And every time they did, I loved it. They would bring two things that were amazing. One was called mousjes. And all it was, and I think it might be Dutch for, something bad, mouse, because they were little, all they really were was chocolate sprinkles.
Oh.
But how they would eat them, they would take a piece of bread, they would put butter on it, so soft butter, and then they would sprinkle a ton of the chocolate sprinkles on there is what it was. And this was really in an era before really we had sprinkles
Fat
that
Kevin,
were so big.
You are making my mouth water.
It was so good. So they would have that. That was a Dutch thing for breakfast. So when I went there, I was so excited because they would have a lot of open-faced sandwiches, and the mousjes for breakfast was absolutely amazing.
Oh, Fat Kevin loved chocolate for breakfast.
When else could I get a green light to eat chocolate for breakfast?
Chocolate bread? Is that what it is?
It's basically chocolate bread. It was fantastic.
That's one of the things I want on my menu for the party. Tomorrow is the party tomorrow? Are we doing the food thing tomorrow?
If you get me the menu, I'll go shopping.
What's it called?
I don't know if you could get it. You probably have to find like an international market. Maybe you could just, recreate it.
Should make it. Oh, yeah.
There seemed like it was better. Like I've had sprinkles, and these things that you got, they seemed more like, sometimes sprinkles feel a little chemically.
Yes.
They taste a little.
I don't like that.
Yes, and so these actually were kind of almost like shaved chocolate. It was called mousjes, is what that was the nickname they at least called it. I didn't know any better.
I could get a fancy chocolate bar, a beautiful chocolate bar, milk chocolate, shave the chocolate on top of seared butter bread.
Yeah.
Oh,
that was good. And the McFlurry that they're going to be doing, the caramel waffles from the Netherlands, the stroopwafel. That's what it was. They were super thin.
Spell it?
ST, I don't have it in front of me, so I'm just doing it off of memory. But it's stroopwafel is STROOPWAFEL. Stroopwafel.
Oh.
Is what they would call it. Yeah, and this is like one of those things like, man, I need to, I think I could unleash us on a lot of Americans and they would like lose their mind over it. It was a thin thing and it was super thin, but that kind of worked. And it had the caramel on the inside, but it wasn't overpowering. Sometimes too much caramel, you're like, I'm out of the caramel.
Was it thin like a crepe?
It was crazy thin, Virginia. It was like paper thin.
You know what a crepe is, right?
I do. Yeah, they eat those a lot there too.
You light up like a microwave when you're talking about this food. This is when you're happy, man. I'm just saying, Fat Kevin is deep down somewhere in there. Fat Kevin lives.
Oh,
Fat Kevin, do you want butter chocolate bread?
No, I'm not going to do that now.
It's almost my birthday.
Yeah.
It's almost my birthday.
No, it's all right.
Come on, dude.
I'm good. But if we did like International Day, I would try a little bit. Because, to me, I'm like, well, man, if I tried that and dropped that on Americans, why don't we have that here? Because I think everybody in America would love a stroopwafel, and maybe they'll become a thing after McDonald's does this McFlurry shake where people are like, that's amazing. What is that? Because I feel like it's one of those things, if I had to, of the international foods I know, and they're not a lot, that would be the one that I believe in the most, that I think Americans would be like, we have to get that here.
Ooh, could you make a chocolate loaf? Like a loaf of just something warm and bready, but chocolate just layered all, just a big old loaf of chocolate bread.
Absolutely, I could.
Oh, Kevin, you are sparking ideas right now.
Oh, I know. Somebody said Whole Foods has the stroopwafel.
Oh.
Okay.
I was just in Whole Foods last night.
Oh, then we have to do that tomorrow. We got to get some stroopwafels and bring them in, and I want to see if you guys will like it.
Stroopwafel party. I love it.
Yeah, I want to see how many people will be like, eh.
How many think I can eat? I can eat 30. You don't think I can do it?
Why can't you just be about quality, not quantity?
I don't know.
Just enjoy one.
I hear you. I didn't sleep much. I'm all over the place
today. Somebody said too that they had the 4 patty Big Mac back in the late 80s, early 90s.
4 patty Big Mac? Did they?
Yeah, Michael
really?
Jordan would push it when he was
4 patty.
playing. It was a
all
big
right,
superstar.
Then we're going bigger. We're doing the 5 patty.
Okay.
That's what McDonald's did. The biggest Mac. Oh, instead of the biggest loser, the biggest Mac. McDonald's does need to hire me.
Okay, somebody said Walgreens got the stroop waffles, so apparently they're here. So if you haven't tried them,
Walgreens stand. Let's have Virginia make.
I try not to get my waffles from Walgreens.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah. And somebody says, stop saying it wrong. I'm not Dutch. Okay, I don't know.
Well, call in and tell us how to say it.
Yeah, quit your bitching and call us.
877-979-WRMF.
Stop saying it.
We love it when you correct Kevin.
Oh, would you rather me spell it?
Let's call in.
Yeah, you can tell Fat Ked's been gone a long time. A lot of places apparently had this stroopwafel, is I believe how you pronounce it. It is the little Dutch caramel. I don't even know what it would be called. It's not really like a pancake.
I just love seeing you work it out, baby.
Yeah.
I like seeing you talk about it.
Yeah, somebody said they had the stroopwafel ice cream sandwiches at Trader Joe's. Gosh, that sounds amazing.
Fat Kevin, can I talk to you again for a second?
Sure thing.
Were you a big fan of ice cream cake with the black crunchy things in the middle? Or
Oh my gosh, yeah.
The Carvel.
Oh, yeah.
Gosh.
They have those at Publix and the Carvel stores.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Yeah, you can grab those from Publix.
I used to always, when I was in elementary school, they had something, they called them Scooter Crunch where I was from, and they had chocolate and strawberry, and it was an ice cream on the stick that had,
yes.
you know, it had those crumbly things on the outside.
I still get that all the time.
Oh, those things are amazing.
That's one of my favorite ice cream bars. I love that. I get the strawberry and the chocolate
unreal.
all the time.
I would
the
do
Good
either.
Humor is who makes those now.
Yes.
It's called the Strawberry Shortcake Bar because my kids love it.
I can eat 9 boxes of them in minutes. Of those things, they cannot get you
Again,
full.
with the quantity.
I hear you, but I'm not kidding. I really do feel I could eat 50 of those.
We trust you. We believe you.
305 said you haven't lived until you've eaten a Brazilian coxinha.
Let's do it.
What is that?
There's so much stuff that's popping up now that
We
I'm
gotta
like,
have this day
I'd
you
love to
talk
have
about.
International Day.
It has to happen.
Yeah. And there is a lot of, like somebody said Colombia has something like that. They're really kind of like a wafer, and they're served with dulce de leche.
Ooh.
A little caramel in them.
A wafer
Obleas.
with caramel? Oh, that sounds so good. So was this waffle that you speak of, was it hard like a wafer or was it soft like a waffle?
It was soft and chewy.
Interesting.
But it wasn't like, it's hard to say there was a waffle because it was chewy. This is the best way to put it. So when you got something chewy, it's not soft and it's not hard. You know, it's in between.
Sure.
Was it like a chewy cone of some sort?
What's that?
Like a chewy cone? Like a waffle cone that was chewy?
Yeah, it was chewy, but a waffle cone is brittle and will break.
So
This
I don't know.
wouldn't.
There's some waffle cones, especially when you're dealing with the ice cream stuff, they're very chewy, actually.
When they get a little moist from the ice cream, they kind of get chewy, and I like it.
I love a chewy cone. When it gets like real rubbery, I think that's some of those preservatives they put in that thing. I like those preservatives.
Apparently, they're all over the place. That's crazy.
You got me craving Good Humor now.
Yeah, people are saying those Stroop waffles. You can get them pretty much everywhere. Costco even has them, so they're out. Go check them out.
You can do the strawberry and the chocolate at the same time. Bite the chocolate, bite the strawberry. Now you got a little strawberry chocolate going on.
Wow, the creativity is flowing.
I know, right?
This man comes alive.
That's how you got to wake them up. Let me see. Sharon's on here from Stewart, and you said your daughter's an airline attendant, and so she gets to try some different foods, and she loves those caramel waffles. You said, Sharon? Hello.
Oh, I want to hear what Sharon had to say.
Sharon.
Yeah, I don't believe they're working. She said, yeah, she has the caramel waffles, caramel melts over coffee. I don't know exactly what that means, but our phones, unfortunately, are not working again
Dipping
today.
like a caramel waffle in your coffee sounds legit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I could surmise it. So what it is it's a hard waffle. It's called the strobe, like you were talking about, Kevin.
Yeah.
But what they do is they put it over the coffee before they bring it to you, and the heat of the coffee melts the caramel into the coffee and then softens the wafer.
Oh,
I hate coffee.
That's how they do it on her airline.
I hate coffee, and that made my mouth water.
Ah, look at that.
Goodness. Okay. There you go, man. It's
Good stuff, Denny's.
right. You know, it's going to be so frustrating there. We talked first about stealing lunches, and then we made people hungry. So that person who just went to go get their food because they're starving and someone stole their lunch, man, are they really pissed now.
Do you need more KVJ Show? Find everything KVJ at kvjshow.com.
We were talking about food that you really love. Now imagine this. Your favorite food is about to be discontinued.
Oh, it'd be heartbreaking.
What would make you freak out? So you'd have one item you get to stockpile if you knew it was going to be discontinued. What would you run out to grab?
I mean,
Is there something you say like, I can't imagine my life without it? Like, I just need that. I need to put, okay, that is forever going to be in my life. It's one item that'll never run out. Anything else, hey, it could be discontinued. They could stop making it. It could just be gone. You can protect one. For me, I think it's going to be, I'd say it's probably going to be a craft beer. It's like I've got, a couple in mind, but it's like, that's it. It's like, I don't want that to go anywhere. Like, I just need that.
Okay, I didn't know.
I want to put a freeze on that.
If we're doing beverages, I got to go champagne. I can't live without it. It is my favorite. It's my drink of choice.
Okay.
Yeah, if you're getting beer, I'm getting champagne.
Okay.
Pizza for me.
Is there a certain place you would get it? Be like, okay, they will forever, because what it is, they'll forever be able to make it or manufacture it.
You can access
They will
it.
never go out of business. Yeah, because that's the thing. You can't say if you stockpile it, it'd be old, but
right.
It will always be fresh, delicious, the way you want.
Yeah.
Camille's?
Yeah, Camille's Pizza. I don't want to live without that. That's something I love.
Yeah.
Greatly.
Anything else could go away. That's the one thing that will always forever be there, though, for you.
Yeah, I would love that.
Okay.
It'd just be me and my pie.
Me and my pie, baby.
He's just thinking. Look at him. He's like gazing off into space somewhere, thinking about pizza.
I really did not sleep much last night. I apologize. I'm a little off. I apologize.
You are, huh? Another bad night, huh?
Another bad night.
Well, or we should just say another night.
No, it's not that I had a bad night. I just could not sleep. It was restless.
It probably doesn't help that you came in here and we threw lemons off your skull.
Oh, that's got nothing to do with that. That's part of my gig.
Yeah.
He should be throwing lemons off of me.
That's what he does.
Yeah,
That's his thing.
It's my art, Virginia.
What do you guys iron? What are the biggest things you iron?
Nothing. I throw it all in the dryer and put ice cubes in it.
Interesting.
It's a little loud.
Okay.
I try to steam stuff, but if I can't get the wrinkles out with the steam, I'll like Panda's shirts sometimes I think have to be ironed.
Yeah.
Like a shirt needs to be crisp.
Yeah.
I tried to iron before and it was a disaster.
I made a mistake because on Easter, I put on a button-up shirt, didn't realize. I'm like, okay, I'm good. But it was one I'd worn like 2 weeks ago. And it wasn't until I got out and couldn't get home that I looked down. I'm like, oh, this thing is so wrinkled. I'm like, what am I doing?
Sometimes if you put the shower on and you stand there with the heat and the hot, it'll sometimes relax your outfit. Your water bill is going to be pretty high.
You can put your shirt on a hanger and literally put it in the shower by itself, not attached to you.
Okay.
And you can steam it that way.
Okay. Well,
It does work.
I just needed a shower.
It doesn't work great, but it does work somewhat.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what you do when you're out in public. Don't they have a spray that like knocks wrinkles out or something?
They do.
Febreze, it works.
Febreze has
Okay.
one.
I couldn't believe it.
You can
Yeah,
Febreze
I
one
coulda
is
used that
awesome.
Sunday.
You can spray your clothes with it and throw it in the dryer, and then it comes out no wrinkles, and it smells good.
Two things I couldn't believe how well they worked. Febreze and aspirin. I had a temperature of almost 103. I took aspirin, and that thing was down to 99 like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Handy stuff.
I'm a believer in aspirin.
Well, here's the thing. In England, apparently, they iron a lot. They said, okay, what do you iron? They asked different items, the things that people are ironing. 30% of people in England iron their pillowcases.
Oh, no.
30%. That's not like a majority, but that's a high number, right?
I would never iron a pillowcase. I mean, nobody sees it but you.
20% iron their sheets.
That's
So a lot of the stuff on a bed in England, they are ironing.
No.
I know. I would think no, too, but I was like, wow, okay.
That is just next level. Like, you could probably eat off their floor. If they're ironing their sheets,
I mean, that's, yeah.
they are such attention to cleanliness detail.
I'm kind of digging it, though.
They definitely don't have kids. I'll tell you that right now.
Right. I wouldn't argue, though. If I had iron pillowcases and sheets, I'd be like, okay, I'm down with this.
Sounds lovely, but
It
I don't want to
does.
do the work.
16% of people in England iron their pajamas. See, that I don't get because, one, you're going to wrinkle it right away. And to me, my bedclothes are very wrinkled, and I like it because to me, that means they're broken in. They're going to be soft and awesome when I put them on.
Yeah.
I don't want iron pajamas. 8% iron their workout clothes. That's pretty intense.
Yeah, again, who cares?
Well, if you're going to the gym and you're trying to, attract somebody, not everyone goes to the gym to work out. Some people go there to get laid.
The guy I was talking about on the podcast yesterday, Craig from college, he ironed everything he wore. Everything. He was just like to that point of like anal where everything, he would not go out of unless and I'm telling you, he ironed everything. And they say in England, 5% of people iron their underwear and 3% even iron their socks.
Okay. I mean, really, people, you need a hobby.
I would think ironed underwear would be so uncomfortable, right?
Not if you iron them right. You don't have to use starch in everything. So the stiffness comes from the starch.
Okay.
I can tell you what's real uncomfortable. My mom wanted to save money, so she wouldn't use the dryer, and she would dry my underwear out there, and then I'd put underwear on. They'd dry all hard, and they had to cut my nards.
Line dried clothing is the worst.
It is not good for private parts.
And you would think, oh yeah, it's out on the line, it's drying, it's nature, it's beautiful, it's going to be so soft. And no, it is scratchy, it is terrible, and it hurts.
It's probably worse for you girls. Your innards.
Well, I don't put my underwear up there, but if I did.
I'm just saying, front wedgie.
Some people even apparently iron their kitchen towels.
They need to get a hobby.
No.
Yeah.
That's just ridiculous.
So there you go.
Again, they don't have kids.
You're right. I guess they don't have kids. Ironing your underwear. That's crazy. All right. Got that ATS coming up here in a couple minutes. The After the Show podcast. You can catch it live on YouTube, always on demand as well. If you go to the KVJ Show's YouTube channel, you can get it. Before we get to that, Jaybird, if you'd wrap it all up today with a lovely thoughts, my friend.
We talked a lot about this today, so I felt inspired.
Okay.
If you can't remember my name, just say chocolate, and I'll turn around.
That's awesome.
Okay. Now you know how to get his attention.
Look at you listening to the KVJ Show on 97.9 WRMF. Lucky.